breaking developments in the investigation that has gripped both the music world and the court system. A close friend of singer D4d, the popular artist whose world tour and public image have been overshadowed by the death investigation of teenager Celeste Rivas, was taken into custody this week on an out-of-jurisdiction warrant. Law enforcement records show that 23-year-old Neo Langston, a well-known streamer and documented friend of D4d, was booked into the Lewis and Clark County Jail in Helena, Montana. He was arrested on Thursday after failing to appear as a witness, a failure that triggered a warrant issued out of Los Angeles. What makes this arrest especially noteworthy is the connection to the ongoing grand jury process in the Celeste Rivas case, a case that has already seen multiple witnesses called to testify, and which may ultimately lead to murder charges. Investigators have convened the grand jury in Los Angeles since at least November. Prosecutors have pushed forward testimony from members of D4d's inner circle, including his day-to-day manager, in an effort to build their case. At this point, it is unclear what role Neo was expected to play as a witness in that process, whether he had unique information or was simply subpoenaed as someone who knows the singer well. But his abrupt arrest in Montana and extradition to Los Angeles adds a new layer of intrigue to a story that has already captured headlines. To understand why this arrest matters, we have to look at the wider investigation. In September 2025, the decomposed body of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas was discovered inside the front trunk of a Tesla registered to D4d, the artist born David Anthony Burke. The vehicle had been impounded in Hollywood after being reported as abandoned, and workers noticed a foul odor before authorities arrived. Since then, law enforcement officials have been tight-lipped about specific charges, but LAPD's Robbery-Homicide Division has taken the lead on the investigation, and prosecutors have already presented multiple witnesses before the grand jury. Despite the high-profile nature of the case, D4d himself has not been arrested or officially charged. Law enforcement sources say the investigation remains active, and the medical examiner has yet to determine the official cause and manner of death. But the grand jury proceedings suggest authorities are carefully reviewing the evidence, and witnesses like Neo may have had details prosecutors consider important. Some online speculation has arisen around Neo's sudden online activity, including reports that he scrubbed his own online profiles and ceased following D4d. These moves, users suggest, may be tied to deepening scrutiny of his connection to both the singer and the investigation. That remains unverified, but the timing of his arrest, failing to appear for a grand jury request, feeds into a narrative of increasing pressure on figures close to D4d. As Neo is now in Los Angeles custody, awaiting further legal steps, questions remain. Was he expected to offer testimony the prosecution needs? Is his arrest a sign investigators are tightening the net around suspected actions in Celeste's death? And will more witnesses now be compelled to testify in 2026? Those are questions investigators will now have to answer as this case continues to unfold, with one friend now behind bars and the spotlight only growing brighter on D4d himself.